All right, so let's explore Antigravity. Antigravity is the new IDE from Google, which they released yesterday, which is November 18th, and today is November 19th. Based on my understanding and based on my conversations with the product manager of the whole Antigravity and Gemini CLI and Code Assist, Antigravity is based off of a mission to solve some of the developer experiences challenges. Antigravity has both a desktop version, a web version. A web version is kind of the metamorphosis of Firebase Studio. So I think they are going to kick out Firebase Studio and make Antigravities like one single IDE. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and try. So I just downloaded it from the Antigravity's website and I installed the Apple Silicon's version. So let's go ahead and hit the next button. It gives us three options: start fresh, use from Visual Studio Code. And by the way, Antigravity is also built on the open source VS Code version. And I'm glad they addressed Cursor, because Cursor is one of the, if not the top favorite IDE for agentic or vibe coding platforms. And it's probably capturing more than 50% of the market share for IDEs at the moment, which has AI capabilities. So it's fair to see that, having that cursor part within the setup flow. Anyhow, so next steps. So it's going to give us few options. How do you want to start to use anti-gravity agent? So I'm going to say here, so the recommended. So let's pick the recommended approach. I have agent-driven development, agent-assisted development, review-driven development, and custom configuration, and review policy, request review. Okay, I'll say agent decides for now, and I'm gonna pick the recommended approach. Key bindings, so I'm gonna go with the normal ones, and then it's asking me to sign in with Google, so I'm gonna go select, and we'll use my Gmail account. You probably are not seeing my screen now, so let me give this thing. Okay, I signed in from my Gmail account. Okay, so it lands me in this place. So let me explore what this is. So I have an agent on the right side. So I have two things here. Agent manager, I don't know what that is. So it looks like a completely different one, different user interface where I could get to see, oh, maybe if I were to develop multiple agents and if those multiple agents needs to be managed in one single place, this is where I probably should be doing it, is my understanding, by the way. So it's clever that they put something quite new and different versus having everything embedded in Open Editor. So I just clicked on the Open Editor, it switched to the editor mode, and if I click on the agent thing, so it will switch to agent mode. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so on the left side of the agent manager, I get to see inbox, I get to see workspaces. What happens if I click on workspaces? So I don't have any workspaces, so maybe I should create a new workspace. Maybe let's go ahead and create a workspace. I'm gonna create a new thing, Gravity workspace. So I'll just select that. I think this is where I was told there are two options here, planning and fast. So let's pick up planning, and maybe let's start writing something, developing something as part of this exercise. Let's see, I want to develop a food delivery app. Let's say a web, a mobile first or friendly app that serves and people. I will edit this in later. So I would say restaurants will sign up and place their menu. Customers who would like to order food will find them in the app and make order. So there should be delivery partners who would get notifications when an order is placed. So also the restaurant owners, so they start preparing the order and delivery partners will pick up and deliver to the customer. Nothing new from conventional food delivery app, but should all three user personas. Okay, I'm going to go start with this prompt and then we'll see if we can make any corrections. Okay, so what it's doing right now is thinking and starting to do a planning. So it's coming up with a tech strategy. It's looking for some documents within Antigravity workspace. Obviously, the best practice is to write an MD file and put all those things together, which I did not do because, again, this is the first time I'm doing this with the raw intention of doing something. So in this case, I have this food delivery app development plan. Let's just call it as a plan. So it's going ahead and creating an Next.js project with Tailwind CIS, setup, shared CN UI, and basic design system, which is mobile first, define data models, all these things. I think it is now at a point where it is doing. I think based on the check mark here, when I'm like hovering on that thing, it shows up that it's in progress. So let's scroll through this. Initialized a Next.js project, creating a Next.js app in subsidiary to avoid naming issues, and waiting for the command to complete. Okay, while that does that, let's go ahead and continue to read through it. So it has core layout and navigation, customer persona features. So restaurant feed, restaurant details, cart, checkout flow, order tracking UI, restaurant personas, dashboard, menu management, delivery partner personas, available order feed, verification, and polish. Okay, that's pretty intense deep dive, I would say, in terms of what it's going to create. So let's wait for the whole process to complete and tell us. You can also see this is actually using Gemini 3.5 Pro High. I'm quite surprised to actually see Claude Sonnet 4.5 in Antigravity because, again, this is from Google and Google has its own proprietary model, and having another model which is kind of industry's favorite, Claude Sonnet 4.5, is pretty good to see. So it has two of them, which is 4.5 and 4.5 thinking. And they also has open source GPT model, which is the 120 billion parameter model. We are still in the planning phase. So one step requires input. Let's see what that is. It says suggested sending inputs to command. I'm looking at the background steps. It's actually running npx create new app. It's calling it as food delivery app. It's using TypeScript. It's installing Tailwind CSS, Node, React DOM, a lot of other things, other packages. Creating Next.js app in subsidiary. Okay, installing dependencies. Okay, so the first step is done. As you can see, create Next.js project with Tailwind CSS is done. So next step is set up shared CN UI. I actually don't know what shared CN UI is. Looks like it's a mobile first. That's one of the keywords that I used in my prompt. So it's running through it. So maybe it's better to take quick passes in between because it's thinking through a lot of things and I don't want to create a 30-minute video to waste your time. So I'm going to pass and see until the next step kicks in. All right, it says core layout and navigation. So project is initialized with Next.js and it's editing files in page TypeScript and page TypeScript. So it's actually creating probably editing those files right now. Debugging file updates. I'm currently, okay, it says it's debugging something. Implementing customer bottom navigation, so it's probably working on a bottom navigation. I'd be really surprised if it comes up with really cool user interface and gives us the basic functionality of a typical app for food delivery. Okay, so we are done with two steps, which is project initialization and core layout and navigation. Right now it's at customer persona feature step where it is looking for developing restaurant feed and listing. As you can see, it's right now working on the menu card and restaurant card TypeScript file. Okay, so it stopped at a point where it's asking me to accept some changes. So I'm looking at it. So it's basically moving certain files between folders is what I'm assuming. So again, I'm going to go ahead and accept it. If you observe, we are at the last stage of the plan, which is the end-to-end flow testing and UX polish. Let's give it a couple more minutes and see what happens. All right, so it says at the verification and polish step, it went through walkthrough, fixing route conflicts, and all of a sudden the agent terminated due to the error. So you can prompt the model to try again and to start the new conversation. I'm just gonna say try again. I don't know if it's gonna pick up where it errored out or will it be doing right from the beginning. Okay, so it says it's thinking. I fixed build errors by renaming route groups. The build succeeded after renaming routes, but there was an explicit notification. They might want me to revisit route groups. Maybe I should have been a little more precise on what that try again part is. Ideally, what I'm expecting once the entire process finishes off is to give me the instructions as to how to run it. It gave me the instructions. So it says I've successfully built the food delivery app, and it says features role-based access, distinct flows for customers, restaurants and delivery partners, customer app, browse restaurants, view menus, add to cart, checkout and track orders, restaurant dashboard, manage incoming orders and update status. Okay, delivery interface, view available jobs, accept orders and complete deliveries, premium UI, mobile first design with tailwind, lucid and smooth interactions, verification, the project build successfully passed. Okay, the route conflicts are resolved in the app at these routes, and you can run this locally. Okay, let's see if I copy this. Okay, to open. Okay, first you need to run this, and then okay, check the walkthrough for detailed guide for user flows. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I need the user flows. Before that, let's open this. Okay, this is the task list, and I wanted to see. Okay, before that, let me copy this, and it's running on 3000. So this is the user flow overview, how to run. Okay, customer flow, restaurant flow, delivery flow, and key features. Okay, let's do this. If I were to go to editor, I'm assuming this is where it is. So let's bring up the terminal and let's go into the food delivery folder, and then oops, I don't have time to delete this. Maybe I'll just create a new one. Oh, I didn't go into the food delivery app thing. It's running. So let's run this app. Okay, it's opening into my. Okay, this is good. I am seeing the app now. Okay, so maybe I should switch my screen share. Give me 1 second. All right, so finally I was able to access the portal from this port number. I have to be very honest, I'm not quite impressed. Impressed with myself, not with Antigravity, because I did not give the good prompt. It's not, we are still not in the prompt engineering step. We have to be much more precise in terms of what our context is. So this video is something that you could use as a reference as to how to not use anti-gravity to build applications, right? So there's got to be an MD file. You have to give thorough instructions as to what you have to build, and some level of good standard practices you have to do within agentic systems like this. But let's give it a shot, right? So this is an app that's up and running. It's well and good. So I'm opening a couple of flows here. Maybe I shouldn't have said mobile first. So it's really like clammed in here. Okay, so there is already a page broken. So let me go back here. Maybe I'll just keep it small here, so it's easy to go between things. All right, so earnings is broken. Active is broken. Confirm pickup. I don't know what it does. Okay, so all right, so let's go back to the page, the home page, which is this. I'm gonna see the restaurant, so start preparing, make ready. There is no rhyme and rhythm for what it created to me. I'm not quite impressed at this point. Yeah, each time when I switch between tabs, it's actually breaking. So it says it's broken. Yeah, it's broken too. What else? What if I do this? What if I add a menu? So I'm trying to click this plus button here to see if something shows up. Nothing's coming here. So I only have two options. So classic burger, do I edit? Can I edit? Okay, so this is for restaurant owner, so I can either make it available or not available. So this is broken. Okay, I think at this point, it's not worth our time to spend more time to investigate what exactly the app that it spit out. Maybe what I'm gonna do is to come up with a structured approach as to how the MD files need to be populated, how the planning should go, and so on and so forth. So this video is basically me trying to understand what anti-gravity is, without following any standards and procedures. So you could take this as an example as to how not to use anti-gravity to build your apps. So as I explore more, as I understand more, so I'm going to drop some more videos on using anti-gravity and areas where it's actually shining and areas it can be improved in future videos. That's all for this video. Thank you so much.